Good afternoon and welcome to the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Olusegun Fawole. The head of Morocco's Hydrocarbons and Mining Agency, ONHYM, Amina Bagdara, has confirmed that an intergovernmental agreement, IGA, on a planned $25 billion Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline will be signed this year. In a report, Bank Kadra said that after the intergovernmental agreement, an authority for the pipeline consisting of ministerial representatives from 13 participating countries to provide political and regulatory coordination will be established in Nigeria. Agreed a decade ago, the project known as African Atlantic Gas Pipeline would run 6,900 kilometers on a hybrid offshore-onshore route with a maximum capacity of 30 billion cubic meters, including 15 billion cubic meters to supply Morocco and support export to Europe. President Bola Tinubu has held a closed-door meeting with the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, and a visiting French military official at the presidential villa in Abuja. Sources familiar with the meeting said it forms part of intensified security collaboration, coming shortly after the president convened an emergency session with service chiefs and intelligence heads to assess Nigeria's worsening security situation. The engagement followed the killing of a colonel and 6 soldiers in Borno State on Sunday after an improvised explosive device planted by insurgents detonated in the Northeast Theater. The meeting with the French general also comes 3 weeks after the president announced an agreement with France to provide military equipment and training support to Nigerian forces combating insurgency in the region. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has disclosed that the federal government incurred a subsidy obligation of 418.7 billion naira in the fourth quarter of 2025, even as inefficiencies across the electricity value chain led to losses exceeding 300 billion naira during the period. This was contained in the Commission's 2025 fourth quarter report, which also highlighted declining remittances, high distribution losses, grid instability, and a marginal drop in available generation capacity. NERC further warned that the current subsidy regime is unsustainable, exposing public finances to growing uncertainty, even as only one portion of supplied electricity was successfully billed to customers. The Deputy Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Abiodun Mohammed Fadeyi, the Chief Whip, Honorable Benga Joseph Oyekola, the lawmaker representing Egbeda State Constituency, Honorable Sukomi Babalola, and the lawmaker representing Atisbo, Shaki East Constituency, Honorable Saminu Reliwanu Badamosi, have denied involvement in any alleged move to impeach Governor Seyi Makinde. The lawmakers reaffirmed their loyalty to the governor and urged residents of the state to disregard the impeachment rumor after they were reportedly linked alongside some individuals to a meeting in Lagos allegedly convened to discuss plans to remove the governor. Fadeyi, who represents Onara State constituency, dismissed claims connecting him to any plots to destabilize the state or impeach the governor, describing the allegations as baseless and a calculated attempt by mischief makers to tarnish his reputation. The lawmakers, however, urged the public to disregard any insinuations linking them to impeachment moves. Stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Onwara local government area of the Egbeda-Onwara Federal Constituency have endorsed a House of Representatives aspirant, Kazim Akinola, ahead of the 2027 general elections. The endorsement was announced during the Onwara APC general meeting held at Elekuro High School, Ibadan, where party members emphasized the need for power rotation within the constituency. Our correspondent, Damilola Daudu, has the details.
The call for equity and political balance took center stage as stakeholders insisted that it is time for an indigene of Onuara to represent the Egbeda-Onuara Federal Constituency at the Great Chamber. Citing fairness and existing zoning arrangement, speaking at the meeting, Kazeem Akinola commended the current lawmakers representing the constituency, Honorable Akin Alabi, for his contributions, but stressed that equity demands a shift in representation to Onuara. He described the gathering as a reflection of the party's strength and loyalty to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, noting that the large turnouts signaled growing support for the APC in the constituency. Highlighting his contribution to the community development, the aspirant listed initiatives such as the installation of solar street lights, empowerment programs for youth and women, as well as financial support for over 300 families to facilitate children's return to school.
Has been there since democracy for 20 years. Now Onuara local government has done just 2 tenures, which makes it 8 years. So what you see this crowd, people clamoring for is equity. As a politician, one of the first things that should be looked out in a politician is integrity. Integrity. And what makes it important is if there's a gentleman agreement for a rotational representation, that when this local government go, another local government goes to represent the people. Now, Egbeda has done 2 tenures consecutively on Akin Alabi, which in person has done very, very well. Honorable Akin Alabi has done very, very well. And now who are clamoring that come back to Onuara. And you can see leaders from Egbeda, the local government Honorable Akin Alabi is from, they are also here to support Onuara. Not just me, they are here to support Onuara, that Onuara should come and go and represent the constituency.
In his remarks, the former LCDA chairman from Egbeda, Honorable Adeyinka Adeyemi, supported the call for power rotation, stressing that equity and fairness should guide political representation in the constituency. Adeyemi, however, urged the party members to remain united and rally behind whoever emerged as the party candidate. Also speaking, the coordinator for the Akinola's 2027 ambition, Honorable Lanre Adeshino Said, described the aspirant as a grassroots politician known for philanthropy and community service. He said Akinola's interventions includes borrow projects and free education support such as JAMB forms and tutorials, demonstrate its commitment to the welfare of the people. Said added that the increasing support for Akinola across both Egbeda and Onuara local government indicates strong prospects for his candidacy. Damilola Daudu reporting for Dominion News.
And now to the foreign scene. Romuald Wadagni has won the Republic of Benin's presidential election in a landslide, securing 94% of the vote, according to provisional results released by the Electoral Commission. Overall turnout stood at 58.75%, especially in urban areas where participation ranged between 20 and 40%. Wadagni's main challenger, Paul Hongbe, conceded defeat even before the final count was complete, offering his Republican congratulations and calling for unity beyond political divides. With presidential terms now extended to 7 years, the next elections are not due until 2033, leaving Wadagni with a long mandate to address security and social concerns. Russian drones have reportedly struck Ukraine's Izmail port in the Odessa region, damaging a civilian vessel flying a Panama flag. Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Kuleba said multiple strikes hit the port area, destroying infrastructure and equipment, accusing Russia of deliberately targeting critical logistics in the region. The Danube port is a key export route for Ukrainian grain, especially since Black Sea routes became more dangerous during the war. Meanwhile, the attack is part of ongoing Russian strikes on Ukraine's port infrastructure aimed at disrupting trade and supply lines, according to reports. The United States has begun enforcing a blockade of Iran's ports, escalating tensions with Tehran while introducing fresh uncertainty around the Strait of Hormuz. The move, announced by U.S. President Donald Trump, took effect on Monday, although oil markets showed signs of relief as benchmark prices fell below $100 per barrel amid renewed hopes for dialogue. United States Vice President J.D. Vance defended the action, accusing Iran of economic terrorism earlier in the conflict and warning that Washington would respond in kind. However, Iran has strongly condemned the blockade, with its ambassador to the United Nations describing it as a grave violation of national sovereignty. And now to sports. Leeds United has taken a huge step towards a Premier League survival with a stunning 2-1 victory over Manchester United at Old Trafford, their first league win in 45 years. Noah Okafor scored twice in the first half, finishing a Jayden Bogle cross before adding a deflected volley to put Leeds firmly in control. Manchester United's hopes faded after Lisandro Martinez was sent off following a video assistant referee VAR review, reducing the host to 10 men. Casemiro pulled one back late on, but Leeds held firm to secure a famous win, moving 6 points clear of the relegation zone. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Olusegun Fawole. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.